If you ever wondered how to display your watercolor paintings without glass, look no further because I'm going to show you how I set up my paintings on these wooden panels and how I protected them. Since all of my pieces were not standard sizes, I ended up custom making all of my own wooden panels. Next time I'm going to definitely make sure that my paintings will fit on standard size panels so that I can just skip that process altogether because that is definitely time consuming. You can actually pick up these cradled hardboards online and you can make your life so much easier. So this is the birch hardboards. I will include a link in the description for the pre-made ones you can buy. In this video I'm working on 5 pieces at the same time, so the painting will change periodically, but don't worry, the process is still the same. I'm using golden soft gel matte to adhere the painting to the hardboard. This product is great because it's UV, chemical, and water resistant. Apply the gel evenly to the hardboard with a foam brush, making sure to get the edges and the corners. So this is one of the paintings I would like to adhere to the hardboard. I've drawn a line with pencil on the back of the painting so that I know where the white border is and where to place the hardboard. I want the hardboard within the line so that I don't get any of the white border in the final piece. Put the painting face down on a piece of parchment paper to protect it, and carefully place the hardboard within the pencil lines. You want to make sure this is accurate because you only get one shot at this. You do have a little bit of wiggle room when the adhesive is still wet. At this stage you can move it around and just make sure everything is in place. Use a brayer to roll out any of the air bubbles, working from the center out towards the edges. Turn it back around and do a final check to make sure that the hardboard is still within the pencil lines. Weigh the piece down with a stack of heavy books, or even if you have some weights, that would work well. And you're going to let this dry for a full 48 hours. So this is fully dry now, and you can see that the painting is pretty sturdy. I applied 2 coats of black acrylic paint at this stage. It's okay to paint up to the paper and even on the back of the paper because the edges will eventually be cut off. Once the acrylic paint is dry, now it's time to trim the edges. You want to make sure that you have a very sharp X-Acto knife, ideally using a new blade. Cut the edges so that they are flush with the hardboard and you don't have any extra paper on the edges. If you're left with a little edge, that's totally okay. You can use your X-Acto knife and cut it again. This is how it should look when it is finished. You can see how the edges are nice and clean and lined up with the hardboard. You will also be left with a white line of exposed paper. I ended up painting this line carefully with black watercolor paint. Okay, so that's finished. I painted all the way around the painting and I'm just gonna let this dry. So now the painting is dry and we are fully finished mounting the painting to the hardboard. You can see now that there is no white line and we are left with crisp black edges. So now all we have to do is to protect the painting so that it's moisture and dust resistant. I'm using Dorlands Cold Wax Medium, which is a great product for protecting watercolors. You can apply the wax with your hand or even a microfiber cloth. Make sure that you do a nice even coat and you get all the way around the painting and also the edges. If you run out of wax, you can always use some more. Just make sure that the coat is not too thick. You know that this is fully covered when you run your hands along the surface and the whole painting is smooth. Once the wax is fully applied, run a microfiber cloth along the painting to smooth it out. So this is fully covered. You can see also by the sheen that the whole painting has a slight gloss. Let the wax dry for a couple of days. Sometimes it can take up to a week depending on how thick you applied the coat. You know the wax is dry when you run your hand over the top and it doesn't feel sticky. At this stage, you can buff it out with a clean microfiber cloth to create a satin look. So I feel comfortable applying 2 coats of the Dorlands Wax medium. So you're going to basically repeat this whole process all over again by applying the wax again, letting it dry for a couple of days to a week, and then buffing it out for a second time. Okay, so we're finished. So these are the fully finished pieces that are now mounted and protected. I find this method great for displaying watercolors if you don't want to go the traditional method behind glass. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching.